At 6. In the meanwhile, we will be here at Bears in the Haymarket. Stop by. I'll be here till 6. We'll be joined by, of course, Husker Hall of Famer Jay Foreman, Connor Happer, and several of the other 93.7 The Ticket talent. Stop by and say hello to folks. Come on through. There's plenty of reasons, plenty of things going on. Of course, if you haven't heard, Bears is back. Better than ever. You can hang with us until 6. There's no cover charge to get in. Come pregame here. The grill is officially open, so you can get food before, during, and after the game. $3 Busch Lights is the special. And remember to tune in to the Hoops postgame show immediately following the game. You know the deal about contact during the show. Reach out. The Starter Heyman text line and the Honda Lincoln hotline, 402-464-5685. Hit me with a What's Up DP, and we'll talk about the news all the news that is. And the news today is this: the state championship game of college basketball. It's a feature. It's a real thing. It actually exists. And if there is not a trophy for it, it should be. Could somebody arrange for there to be a trophy for this game from this point forward? I'm not sure what would the trophy be. Would it be a corn cob, a blue corn cob? How do we do that? How would we do that? Or a red J? Can we do that?
J wearing overalls.
Yeah, like something. There has to be something that you come up with, so that this rivalry gets the attention. I know how Nebraska football fans love a trophy game. Well, this is a trophy game for the unofficial state basketball championship for the next 365 days. Bragging rights across the board. You guys can follow the live stream. Starter Heyman's live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And behind me is a mural of all murals. You have to remember, I'm new to this. I've only been in Barry's once before the pandemic hit. I didn't make it to this side of the bar. So this mural is special. And Nebraska bar since 1959. I'll bring on the folks from Barry's later in this hour, because I do want to talk about what this is and what the renovations and changes are that are taking place. So there's lots to do. Again, you can hit me on the Starter Heyman text line if you want. News for the day is simple in this. This is an important day because for Nebraska, it's an opportunity to reset the ship. The ship's direction anyway. 2-1 and a win over Creighton should put everybody in a pretty spectacular mood. This is a Creighton team that, and I hate to use the phrase, but this is a winnable game for the Huskers. My apologies. Had to be said. I don't think the jinx exists, by the way. I don't think it matters. But this is a winnable game. I think, for me, when you look at the numbers, and the numbers for what Creighton does, they attack on offense, but they're just not good at shooting threes. They've had a terrible year. 18% from three. 1-8. That's not a mistake. 18%. And not that Nebraska can brag any much more, because they're shooting 21% from three. Now, we've been sold all preseason long that Nebraska's shooting would be improved, and that the depth of the shooters, that on any given night, those shooters could light up Pinnacle Bank Arena or wherever they were playing. But here's the thing that has to happen. Alonzo Verse Jr. has to make a decision to honor his shooters. The one thing we know about shooters is that shooters need the ball. They need the ball. And most shooters need it in rhythm. They need it in high repetition. They need it in a place where they can do well by it. So through all of that, when you look at what this game means, identify Nebraska's shooters early, identify the spots on the floor that they like to be on. And we know already what spots they like just from preseason. And then the returning guys, we have some intel and some data. So we know where we like the ball. We know that man likes it in the corner and at the top of the key. And in this offense, he can get it in those spots. But the question is, will he get it in rhythm to shoot? When you watch Black Man, if it's kicked to him in rhythm and his hands are above his waist and he catches and gets quickly into his rhythm, he's a long shooter. So the less movement he has, the better shooter he is. Watch him catch and shoot from above the waist. If you can hit him in the numbers and allow him to get those long arms extended and up and over so he's not worried about the shot block, that man's a pretty efficient shooter. Keisei Tamanaga, we also know that on the move, Keisei is as good as there is, but we need to get Keisei the ball on the move. He likes it on the move. He likes to catch it in rhythm, and he doesn't have a real limit from what we see. But you need to get him going and get him enough high-quality opportunities as he needs. Bryce McGowan went 4 for 7 this weekend, Friday night. 4 for 7 from 3. That's a pretty good number for a player that's coming in and putting up the numbers that he's putting up. Remember that Trey McGowan shot above 35% from 3 last year. But if you go through the numbers about this Nebraska team, C.J. Wilcher can shoot the 3. He needs to shoot the 3. Keon Edwards should shoot the 3. Wilhelm Breidenbach should shoot the 3. But they need the ball in their hand, and they need it when it's not late in the shot clock. They need it early. To the text line, Eric says, what's up, DP? What's up, Eric? How about a Blue Jay purchase on the corn cob? No, the Blue Jay cannot be on top. No, we never use a corn cob to elevate a Blue Jay. Says, how about a trophy in the shape of Nebraska? This is not for everybody. I think that exists already. Let's do something else. I think that's been occupied. Taylor says, what's up, DP? What's up, big guy? I just had a fantastic first day away. Congratulations on that. The only thing that can make it better is a win over Creighton. Well, I think they owe it to you to help you celebrate your day. Eric, I agree with you, but I can't read that text on air. Something about what he wants that corn cob to do to the Blue Jay. You guys are smart. That's why I like my listeners. You guys are smart. Yeah, you know, I like to do that. Tater says, what's up, Tater? Going to the game night with the oldest son. Can't wait. It's the first Husker basketball game we attended. Listen, get there early and watch. So from the coaching standpoint, get to a game early and watch the pregame shooting. Don't go through and get there 5 minutes before. Get there early enough that you can watch Tamanaga, Wilcher, Breidenbach, Edwards, even deep down on the bench watching Kobe, watch them shoot threes before the game. And then also watch. If Eduardo Andre is warming up and on missed shots, he is actually elevating off the floor to rebound. He's not standing and waiting for a rebound to come. It's a small thing, but it lets you know whether that player is tuned in, especially for bigs. Derek Walker, Eduardo Andre, Wilhelm Breidenbach. If they are elevating just off of missed shots in the warm-up, it's going to be a good day. They need to elevate. If they're standing with flat-footed, it's going to be a tough night, and that's how they get in trouble. That's exactly how they get in trouble. Tater says, how's the parking down there? Hey, Mark, if you get here early, you're going to be good. If you wait till later, not so much. Not so much. Don says, what's up, DP? Hey, Don, what's happening? No questions today, just appreciation. Thank you for being on the airways today. Don, appreciate you, brother. It's a joy and a pleasure to be here. Look, I'm excited about tonight because this is Nebraska in its best, greatest basketball environment. Like, I wasn't here for no-sit. No-sit. Was it Saturday or Sunday? Have we come to agreement on whether no-sit was no-sit Saturday or no-sit Sunday? I thought it was no-sit Sunday, but somebody said it was no-sit Saturday. But other than that, this was going to be about as, for now, as good a basketball environment as you can. There's high risk, high reward. It's a rivalry. It's when you can allow yourself to be dominant in your own state, in your own space. Nebraska has to get to the point where Omaha talent wants to play for Nebraska, not only in football, but in basketball and baseball as well. You don't want the best talent in the state going elsewhere. And a win over Creighton invites that conversation again. It absolutely invites that conversation. The days of allowing Omaha basketball talent to just leave Nebraska should be over. And this is an opportunity to do that. Show that, the best basketball in the state of Nebraska is in Lincoln, not in Omaha. especially on the collegiate level. Yeah, Randy says no sit Sunday. Yeah. There we go. Wasn't sure. Yeah, get there early tonight. The student body tends to build up, and they get there. There's a mad dash, 10, 15 minutes before tip. But if you're a real basketball fan from just the optics of it, go and watch how Nebraska goes about its business. If you look at the Huskers and they are doing the cute layup drills and it's a little, up and under move and those, no, that's not the sign. If they are simply getting their job done, if they're simply honoring the thing that they're asked to do, that's a good sign for the Huskers. By the way, to let you guys know, the rooftop at Barry's is in fact open. It's nice out. The rooftop is open. The kitchen's open. Again, no cover charge tonight. Get yourself down here. Let's go back to the text line. Mississippi Noah Dog said, "What's up? What's up? Thanks for all you and the guys at the ticket do. Here's to hoping the Huskers beat the Jays down tonight so we can shut those blowhard Jayskers up, including your own Connor Happer. Go Big Red." I still don't understand the whole rooting for Creighton in basketball and Huskers for football, even if you went to Creighton. Like, shouldn't you have to concede some of that fandom? Like, if you chose to go to Creighton, hey, Mark, which school is tougher to get into academically? Mark says he thinks that Creighton is tougher to get into, which you got to fix. Does it cost more? So there's several things we don't like about Creighton already. Okay, gotcha. The things I need to understand. Remember, I'm new to this party, and it's easy for me to figure out that there is a rivalry, that it exists, but my curiosity is to which way the rivalry works. Since you don't get to play them in football, because you would dominate them in football. Like, the fact that they don't have a football team means that we think less than, like, immediately. You don't even have a football team. So there's that. With baseball and women's sports, I feel like Nebraska feels like it's above Creighton, or at least on par. And if you're not the state school, then sorry, everybody else falls in line. Again, before night's over, I want to have full understanding of what this rivalry is about, who it favors, who gets angered the most. It's apparent to me that it seems to me, I won't say apparent, it seems to me that this game is more meaningful to Nebraska fans than it is Creighton. Creighton seems to have bigger aspirations. Nebraska simply needs to punch Creighton in the face. But I could be wrong. Let's go back to the text line. Scott from Stonebridge Creek says, "What's up, DP? How about the Interstate 80 shield with both teams' logo on it for a trophy?" There should be a shield, but there should also be like a spear that the winning team gets to have, and like a really cool Vikings hat or something that the head coach gets to wear after the win. Like I can see Fred Hoiberg standing at midcourt with like a shield that's his. They hand him the shield and the sword, and then he gets like the champion's Warriors helmet that he gets to wear. And then for grins and giggles, he should be able to run through the Creighton locker room and just scream at them at the top of his lungs. One day I'll tell you some of those awkward coaching stories where we've done things like that for rivalry games. No, Mark. We're in public. I can't tell those stories. We're at a bar. What's wrong with you? Travis says, DP, who needs to step up as our third scorer tonight? In a perfect, ideal situation tonight, you'll know the game is going well if Bryce is 1, Verge is 2. If Latman is 3, the Huskers have had a really good night. They've had a really good night. And by 3, I don't just mean like 11, 10, and 9. I mean Latman with 15 plus. because that means that that one, they're distributing the ball, they're getting it to shooters in space, and the shooters are seeing the ball go through the hoop early and can take enough shots to make that happen. I'm okay if that's what happens and Derek Walker becomes the guy that leads you and becomes your third leading scorer. But look, the most likely number 3 scorer is Trey McGowan's. That's the most likely guy because in a game where Creighton wants to get up and down the floor, Trey is the one that can elevate. He'll be the high riser. He'll get the crowd going. And once Trey gets going, look, he doesn't stop. Plus, he'll get the free throw line and he'll pick up some points there. So I think that's where I am. Bubba says, "What's up, DP? What's up, Bubba? Trophy idea: a yellow corn cup." Okay, so the rivalry has awakened. Okay, cool. Gotcha. Bubba, so much anger in that one text. What is going on, man? Look, man, are we really about using the corn cob for a weapon? Like, is that the thing that we're going to do today? My goodness gracious. What's up, Paul? Says, born and raised in Nebraska, been a Husker fan since I was 5. Went to Creighton undergrad, and okay. Will always root for the Huskers unless they play my alma mater. Then you're not always rooting for them. Just trying to understand. This whole Creighton, Nebraska thing. Eric says, what's up, DP? Hey, bro, rule 1, if you went to UNL, you cheer for Nebraska in all sports. Rule number 2, if you went to Creighton, you cheer for Creighton in all sports. Rule 3, if you didn't go to either and then you cheer for Nebraska in all sports and stomp a new hole in CU in all sports, go Nebraska ball. Like, that would seem like the people who are here, that seems to be a pretty firm line for me. Right? That seems to be a pretty fair line that you can simply root for Nebraska because you're a Cornhusker. If you're born here, you're a Cornhusker. That's how that works. You can't deny. Self-loathing, look, Creighton fans, I'm sorry, but self-loathing is not how you should live your life. Back to the text line. Creighton alum here, longtime Jays fan. Any self-respecting Jay fan hates Nebraska and everything. See, then that's if you're going to feel that way, feel that way. That makes more sense to me than saying, okay, I've got half a closet full of Nebraska football stuff and then another half that's full of Creighton stuff. Like, to me, I mean, those are the people that, that's the guy that goes to a Nebraska football game with Husker red on, but he's got on blue Creighton underwear. And he feels uncomfortable and awkward all day long, as he should. Makes sense. From the text line, hey, DP, that's Matt. What's up, Matt? Lived in Omaha for a couple of years back in Lincoln, and Creighton is definitely the majority in Omaha. Their fans are insufferable, and I will never understand it. Yeah, if you're the number 2 college in a state, and number 1 is the state school, and it's favored and it's highlighted, Creighton should take shots at Nebraska, especially if Nebraska's down at something. Like, if Nebraska's not having a good time with it and you're from Creighton, oh my goodness gracious, there should be confetti parties going on at your house. Like, throw them from the rooftop. Do shots. Whatever blue shot you can find at a bar, you should be doing those. But if you're Nebraska fans, again, identifying Creighton fans and who they are, it's important. Quentin says, what's up, DP? Hit me with a Ric Flair. Woo! Okay, attaboy, Quentin. I hate Creighton with all my being. Gathering signatures to petition to the exile of the school and fans from Nebraska. Iowa can have them. See, that's the space I'm in. That's the space I'm in. I can get with that. Quentin, that might be my favorite text of the day so far. Well done. Back to the text line. What's up, DP? I cheer for both Nebraska and Creighton. I'm happy to have any team win games in the state. Okay, that's fair too. If everybody's not winning, yeah, losers can't be choosy. Like, you got to get a win somehow. You got to. Cam in Valparaiso says, here's a sports gambling tip: tease the skurs and the overs. The overs are good if Nebraska shoots above 40% from three. 40% from three, and the over is on fire. Also, if Nebraska goes to the free throw line 20-plus times, the over is good. It also means that they are not just settling for threes. And it's other people who are going to the free throw line. Verge is going to get to the free throw line 6 or 7 times because he's got the ball, and that's kind of how that works. But can he get Derek Walker to the free throw line? Can he get Breidenbach to the free throw line? Can he get Trey to the free throw line? And here's the other part of it, just to be sure. For teams that struggle from three, as coaches, you push them to drive and attack the basket. You want them to attack the basket. Why? Because if your three's not going down, you go to the free throw line, you take a deep breath, and you get to see the ball go through the basket from the free throw line. Then you can go shoot your threes and get to work. Nebraska does not do that enough. They do not do it enough. It was issue 1 with Latman. Latman is still not at 100%, so that's been a thing. That's a real issue. We'll see how he feels tonight. Trey tends to get it going once he goes to the free throw line. Same for Bryce. People say with Bryce's slight build that it's a little difficult for him to try to get the free throw line. But once Bryce goes to the free throw line and knocks out a free throw, the rest of his game opens up. It just blossoms. He becomes much tougher to defend. He's more fluid in his jumper, and that's a good thing. I want to see Latman go to the free throw line. It doesn't happen enough. And when I tell you that this team does not utilize that enough, it's a statement of truth. Tater says, I end up cheering for Creighton in the playoffs every year. Nebraska's never there, so why not? Hey, man, get through how you get through. Yeah, I can't see that one. That's pretty good. I do want to say this. Yeah, again, we'll be here till 6 o'clock. Come down to Barry's in the Haymarket. The rooftop is open. The kitchen is open. $3 Busch Light specials. Get here early and then traipse on over to Pinnacle Bank Arena and watch the Huskers take on and defeat the Creighton Blue Jays. Sounds like a party to me. Sounds like a really good idea. I will take a break. When I come back, I want to go through the numbers. And the percentages and the numbers don't lie for what these two teams do on a nightly basis. And there are some things that jump out that say this is a good opportunity for Nebraska to get a win over Creighton. The numbers line up. Now all they have to do is execute. We'll go through those numbers when we come back. You're listening to One-on-One on 93.7 The Ticket.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Early break with Sip and Jake.
This is what Rob Aller says. Ryan Day is clearly comfortable enough in his own unshaven skin not to care what others think. Whether that means saying goodbye to facial grooming or going for it on 4th and 3 when the prudent play might be to kick a field goal.
Do you hear yourself talking right now?
This
is ridiculous.
I read it on Sunday and did not think it was ridiculous.
Oh, you're crazy.
I did not think it was
that's
ridiculous.
so dumb.
I didn't think it was ridiculous.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
They say one great thing leads to another, and that's especially true when you visit a Great Clips salon. When you sit down for a haircut with the skilled and friendly stylist at one of our thousands of convenient Great Clips locations, they'll not only make your hair look great, they'll make you feel great too. And that's something you can't help but share with the world. Download our online check-in app today and opt in to get a Ready Next text when you're up next. Great Clips. It's going to be great.
Here's to days spent roaming and to sleeping beneath the stars, to casting another line and letting time float by. From Shadron State Park to Indian Cave State Park and every recreation area, historical and state park in between. Here's to your adventures, your memories. Here's to 100 years of your Nebraska State Parks. Plan your next trip today at nebraskaparks100.org. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hey, it's Sean Callahan, and football season is here, and Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill has food and drink specials every night for all the games. Enjoy jumbo pork tenderloin for $8.99 and 90-cent wings for Monday Night Football, or comfort Thursday Night Football with chicken fried chicken, steak, or pork for just $9.99 and $20 Coors Light aluminum buckets. Watch college football on Saturdays with an Aggie sandwich for $9.99 and Coors Light specials, and catch NFL Sundays with Bloody Marys and more. That's Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is your go-to place in Lincoln for repairs and maintenance for diesel pickups to Class 8 over-the-road trucks and trailers, from bumper pole utility to full-size semi. Gray performs DOT inspections and are a service provider for fleet companies like ARI, Element Fleet, and FleetNet. They're a family-owned business in operation since 1952, and they keep a clean, friendly shop. Customer service is their top priority. Give Gray Diesel and Equipment Services a visit today with easy access just off I-80 and North 56th Street. Experiencing increased body fat, low sex drive, lack of energy, or general fatigue? Vitalize Health offers testosterone replacement therapy and peptide therapy to boost hormone levels and build muscle mass. Call Vitalize Health today at 402-413-0717 or go online to vitalizehealthne.com.
The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef is Lincoln's newest full-service butcher shop, offering premium fresh-cut steaks and house-made sausages daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. They exclusively carry certified Piedmontese beef raised right here in Nebraska. When shopping at the Mercado, you're not only supporting local, but also enjoying the official beef of Nebraska athletics. With prime-grade tenderness and unparalleled nutritionals, your backyard barbecue is about to get a serious upgrade. Stop into the Mercado today, located off 84th and Havelock in Lincoln.
Welcome back, Husker fans. Eustace Body Shop is happy to welcome the best fans in college football back to Lincoln. With gold-class certified service, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop can call the right place to keep you in the game. Whether it's in Lincoln at 88th and Highway 2 or at any of our other 5 locations across Nebraska, Eustace Body Shop can help get you back on the road. Go Big Red.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Hi, I'm Charlie Stone, and joining me is Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, are you there?
Yes, I am, Charlie.
Hey, Andy, I saw on television you have more than 500 new Hondas in stock or on the way. Now, I'm sure the listeners would like to hear more about that.
Well, Charlie, it's true. We have truckloads of new Hondas arriving just about every day. What's different is you won't see them on the lot very long, because most all of them are pre-sold. And that's what we're encouraging all of our customers to do, is get in here, get their order in as soon as possible.
Well, tell me, Andy, will they have to wait long?
Not really. It could be a few days or maybe even a few weeks, but not long at all. So I really invite everyone to come on out and experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Thank you, Andy. Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP, sponsored by Beatrice Bakery on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Welcome back. Mark and I were just talking on the break. We were just talking pro wrestling. That's how we were seeing it. And if you're on the live video stream, I'm kind of blending into the red. So I said to Mark, I'm John Cena because you can't see me. But I'll keep working on it. I'll keep moving to a place where I'm visible in this thing. The numbers are going to be good tonight, and you can look through this thing to see how this thing should play out in favor of Nebraska. How it should play out in front of Nebraska for Nebraska. A couple of things that jump out. Again, Creighton is these numbers are fantastic. These numbers are fantastic. 18%. They are 8 for 44 from 3. 8 for 44. That's the entire season. They've made 8 threes out of 44 attempts. Now, I would laugh at that, except the fact that Nebraska's only shooting 21%. And I have to remember not to give Nebraska credit for stuff they haven't done yet. But there's that. Their top 5 scorers are as follows. Alex O'Connell at 16 a game. You're going to get Ryan Nebhart from Nebhart is 13 a game and 6 assists, which is odd because O'Connell tends to handle the ball more, or at least to get them into their space. Ryan Hawkins at 11 a game, Arthur Kaluma at 9 a game, and Ryan Kalkbrenner at 8 a game. But the number that jumps out at you constantly, 18 from the field. They also only shoot 56% from the free throw line. So in a game that could come down to free throws down the stretch, especially if you're Nebraska, you're favoring this. They only knock it down 56% of the time. Husker fans cringe. You should feel free to cringe and just expect that Arthur Kaluma and Kalkbrenner late in the game, Keyshawn Feazell, late in the game, they're going to get fouled, and they are not good from the free throw line. None of those three shooters are above 50% from the free throw line. So that's an opportunity. Now, an area of concern, which it will be the case for every Nebraska game this year, is rebounding. Creighton comes in at 46 a game. They're usually plus 9 or 10 per game in rebounds. Hawkins is their leader at 10.5 a game, but they get numbers across the board. O'Connell with 7.5. You're getting Kaluma with 6.5. Kalkbrenner with 5.5. So they send everybody to the boards. Defensively, they've been pretty good. This Creighton team has held its opponents to 32% from the field. 32% from the field. These opponents also shot 13 for 54 from 3. That's a paltry 24%. So, get a good defending team against a poor shooting team, and Nebraska is going to have its hands full. And as much as people want to see Alonzo Verge drive, probe, kick to shooters, this may be one of those games where there may be some benefit to him getting to the point, getting to the bucket, getting into the paint and getting to the bucket. Alonzo Verge going to the free throw line 8 or 9 times a night is not a bad thing. I know Husker fans have kind of fallen on either side of this thing with Verge and saying he attacks it too much. But tonight would be one of those that you might want Verge attacking the basket. Derek Walker will be key offensively and defensively because Creighton needs their big to get it going. But they are also flawed in how they defend in the paint. Free throw jumpers will be available. The pick and roll will still be the same. He'll probe once instead of 3 times, which is the ideal. That's the ideal. I think the numbers, and it was interesting, a lot of the bets today were going towards Nebraska. And again, I'm not telling anybody to wager, but my goodness gracious. I believe 74% of the bets on this game were going towards Nebraska. So there's that. Let's go back to the text line. Bubba says, what's up? What's up, Bubba? Tell Quentin I want to sign his petition to exile Creighton and their fans to Iowa. Yeah, and he didn't use such a nice word about describing Creighton. DP, even though Creighton is within state borders, I've never considered them to be a Nebraska team. I've never rooted for them to win a game. If anything, it's not likely that or in anything, and it's not likely that I ever will. Yeah, if you're a basketball fan in the state of Nebraska and the bulk of the outside basketball world, when it thinks of Nebraska, it thinks of Omaha. They don't think of Lincoln, they think of Omaha. And that's been the message because some of the best players from Nebraska have been from Omaha. Some of the best players in the state have been from Omaha. But the ability for Nebraska and this program to get those players to commit to staying home and helping Nebraska become what it should be, it is going to be vital going forward. Vital. And I found it interesting that along the way today, people there were some folks that asked me to do a show. Let me say this. Nebraska has, I'll stick by this until proven otherwise. Nebraska has the talent on this team to be a very special team. They do everything. They have a little bit enough of everything that a team needs to be successful in a Power 5 conference. The question is, will they execute those things on a night in basis? They look, they're going to struggle with rebounding, but they're good enough if the shooting is good enough. When you're in a brawl and it's possession for possession, giving extra possessions to a team that needs extra possessions to win a game, don't do it. And Creighton's not going to come in and shoot the lights out, or they shouldn't come in and shoot the lights out. Creighton is going to need help from Nebraska turning the ball over in order for them to be successful. If Nebraska keeps Creighton in a half-court offense set most of the game, it's a good night for the Huskers. Foul trouble will play a part of it. Look, both of these teams have a propensity to put their hands on the other. Whoever shoots the most free throws will win. Whoever makes the most free throws will win. And you can't look back. Creighton was down big in game one. Struggled in game two. But there's enough talent on this team for Creighton to not have to worry about anything that Nebraska does other than making threes. I'm curious tonight to see about the playing time of Eduardo Andre. I want to know where he is in the rotation. I want to know how many minutes he's going to get. I'm also curious about the rotation and where is Kobe Webster in said rotation. This game will not be too big for Kobe Webster. There are some players on this team that this game might be too big for. It will not be too big for Kobe Webster. And have full expectation that, this is a night where C.J. Wilcher will be in his element. This will be an athletic game. Keon Edwards, look, man, I would imagine that he gets his fair share of minutes. And then the rotation. What do you do with Breidenbach and Latmayan? What do you do with them? Look, I would not be surprised if this is a night that Trevor Lakes gets a look. If the shots aren't going down, you keep going through this deep roster of supposed shooters until you find one that can knock down jumpers in the biggest game of the year. And if they're not going to knock them down, you got to go to the next guy. The beauty about Verge is that Verge can break down. If his three-point jumper isn't working, Verge can get in the paint and get you something. Yeah, it's a breakdown of the system, but it may be how you get through. And I'll ask you guys, if you were asked to wager on tonight's game, how many people within the Nebraska Huskers fan base feels comfortable that Nebraska will figure out a way to win? I feel good about Nebraska winning. I'm not sure I feel comfortable that Nebraska wins. 2-1 with a win over Creighton speaks volumes, speaks in high volume to what Fred Hoiberg wants his team in the season to be. 2-1 with a win over Creighton. Look, every fan in the Husker fan base would be thrilled with 2-1 with a win over Creighton. But tonight's going to require a couple of things. It's going to need its fan base to show up in large, loud numbers. This cannot be a sit-on-your-hands type crowd tonight. This has to be loud. It has to be active. It has to be the temperature in the room rather than the thermostat. I need the student body to get there on time, and I need the student body to be loud. The student body, you have the best seats in the house. You cannot sit on your hands tonight. You cannot be distracted. And if you're sitting behind Creighton, I need for you to be loud. I need for you to be loud. It'll take Nebraska using 12 different players tonight. Take the regular 10 and add Kobe Webster and Trevor Lakes to that. Eduardo Andre has moved into the top 10 of players. Eduardo has to give them minutes, and Eduardo has to give them good minutes. His length will provide a problem for Creighton. Ubaldo, you know better. Ubaldo's on the text line asking me if I think 145.5 points is too many for the total. You know I don't do that. You know I don't engage in such stuff. Bad, Ubaldo. Do better. Now, if you're telling me that 145 is where you are, let's look at what I would say is look at the numbers then. Creighton averages 70 a game, and they average giving up 60 a game. The teams that Creighton has played are not as talented as Nebraska. Nebraska averages 74 a game. They give up 70 a game. So based on that, with Nebraska giving up 70 and Creighton scoring 70, is it fair to say that we can expect Creighton to score 70 points tonight? And for the sake of Nebraska's own good, an 80-point night would feel pretty good. An 80-point night for Nebraska means shots are going down, they're getting to the free throw line, and they're getting enough possessions to do what they want to do offensively. Keep track of possessions. Keep track of shot attempts. Nebraska can't give free opportunities to Creighton. Creighton puts up a lot of shots, and if they're getting additional rebounds, like Creighton's taken 117 shots in their 2 games. 117 shots. Nebraska is not there. Which says 102. And you can't give up those additional possessions. You can't give up free possessions. One, it's just the law percentages will take over for Creighton. But the other side of it is it's going to take Nebraska fans out of the game on those extra possessions. Do not give Creighton extra possessions. Not necessary, not good. So that's a good deal. Nick, we'll throw it to break. I want to get Connor Happer on. He just walked in the door. We'll get him on the next break. So let's get him in before he gets in game mode. let's free up Connor Happer. Let's do that. Remember, we're live at Barry's in the Haymarket. Be here till 6 o'clock. Come on through. The rooftop is open. The bush lights are $3, and the kitchen is open.
Watch live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You're listening to One on One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What are you doing, Sip?
I thought the chickens could use some more light in their lives.
So you're building what exactly?
It's a motion-censored switchboard. Duh.
Are you sure you know what you're doing?
Of course.
Ow! God! Ow! Seems like a job for a professional.
Just one more wire. Yep, there you go, right there.
Don't be like Sip. Call Joe at Ambition Electric for any of your electric needs at 402-217-3415.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank. A relationship you can count on.
We can make a run near record highs this afternoon. We'll top out at 74. South-southwest winds at 15 under partly cloudy skies. Tonight, a cold front moving through. We'll see a low down to 42. And behind that front, only a high of 48 tomorrow with northwest winds gusting over 25. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I'm Dan Friedman. When you entrust the care of an aging or sick loved one to a nursing home, it can be a gut-wrenching decision. Unfortunately, sometimes these facilities are poorly managed or make bad decisions, and our vulnerable loved ones suffer the consequences. If you believe your loved one suffered at the hands of a poorly run nursing home, it doesn't cost you a thing to get the opinion of a skilled trial lawyer. At Friedman Law, we've been protecting the rights of injured Nebraskans for over half a century. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
HDP, join 93.7 The Ticket on Friday at Wingstop, 29th and Pine Lake. Try all the delicious wings options as we preview Saturday's Wisconsin game and Friday night's basketball game. That's all this Friday from 3 to 6 at South Lincoln's Wingstop location, 29th and Pine Lake.
Lincoln's mega liquidation store is here. Wholesale Logistics is now open on West O Street as a bin store with tons of liquidation pallets, appliances, mattresses, furniture, and more. Brand new mattresses 30 to 60% off retail with with well-known brands. New furniture also 30 to 60% off retail value. Brand new LG scratch and dent appliances 35 to 40% off retail. Wholesale Logistics purchases truckloads of smaller items from major retailers and throws them into bins, with everything starting at just $8. Get to Wholesale Logistics, open each Friday to Tuesday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. at 2811 West O Street. Experiencing increased body fat, low sex drive, lack of energy, or general fatigue? Vitalize Health offers testosterone replacement therapy and peptide therapy to boost hormone levels and build muscle mass. Call Vitalize Health today at 402-413-0717 or go online to vitalizehealthne.com.
Hi, I'm Charlie Stone, and joining me is Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, are you there?
Yes, I am, Charlie.
Hey, Andy, I saw on television you have more than 500 new Hondas in stock or on the way. Now, I'm sure the listeners would like to hear more about that.
Well, Charlie, it's true. We have truckloads of new Hondas arriving just about every day. What's different is you won't see them on the lot very long because most all of them are pre-sold. And that's what we're encouraging all of our customers to do is get in here, get their order in as soon as possible.
Well, tell me, Andy, will they have to wait long?
Not really. It could be a few days or maybe even a few weeks, but not long at all. So I really invite everyone to come on out and experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Thank you, Andy. Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln.
The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef is Lincoln's newest full-service butcher shop, offering premium fresh-cut steaks and house-made sausages daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. They exclusively carry certified Piedmontese beef raised right here in Nebraska. When shopping at the Mercado, you're not only supporting local, but also enjoying the official beef of Nebraska Athletics. With prime-grade tenderness and unparalleled nutritionals, your backyard barbecue is about to get a serious upgrade. Stop into the Mercado today, located off 84th and Havelock in Lincoln.
We take our college football Saturday so seriously at 93.7 The Ticket that one post-game show simply isn't enough. Join Derek Pearson and Jake Sorensen for the Ticket postgame. 90 minutes following each Nebraska game at Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. They'll break down the game from their vantage point with giveaways to listeners who drop by and hang out. It's the Tickets postgame with DP and Jake live from Tanner's Bar and Grill. Back to one-on-one with DP, presented by Beatrice Bakery on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Final segment of the hour, one-on-one. We're live at Barry's, the legendary Barry's Haymarket. We'll be here till 6 o'clock. Get here. Very cool stuff. And again, I'm falling in love with this mural more and more by the moment. Let's bring in the notorious one. Let's bring in Connor Happer.
Hello.
Kind sir.
Barry's is back.
Yeah, didn't that mean was this what it was before?
Yeah, I mean, this is our first regular season game, kind of back. And they've been back for a few football games now. We're getting in the swing of things. But
and the rooftop is open.
The looks are the same. The rooftop is open. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, so the shots there, caramel apple, Irish frog, red snapper, atomic apple, baby Guinness, blue kamikaze, purple rain, Jolly Rancher.
First two that jump out to me are atomic apple and Jolly Rancher.
Jolly Rancher. So you are a baseball guy, aren't you?
I love Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah, you're a baseball guy.
The purple ones and the green ones.
We gave out.
I don't mess with the other ones.
We gave out Jolly Ranchers for base hits.
Yeah, that would have been motivation for me. That would have been nice.
That would have worked. That would have worked. And then they've got the Malibu bomb, Reno bomb, nuclear reactor, breakfast bomb, waterfall, and banjo kazooie.
Yeah. Gets a little. I mean, maybe after a win tonight, you come back and DP, you grab a banjo kazooie.
I think so.
Just say it.
I think so.
It's on the menu. It's there to be consumed by somebody.
Think so. Well, I can't come immediately after the game, but after the postgame show.
Oh yeah, yes, that's right.
After the postgame show, so we'll do that. So your thoughts before the text line loses its mind? They've been asking me to yell at you for your Creighton affiliation.
Sure. Yes.
And I'll allow.
I missed this. We didn't get this really last year.
I need to allow you to speak for yourself on this.
The truth is already out there. I grew up as a as an Omaha kid, I rooted for Creighton, and that's pretty much the story. They've been a part of my life as long as I've known. So
Are there
that's kind of it.
Are there more Creighton items in your closet or Nebraska items in your closet?
Oh, I'd say there's probably more Nebraska. There's probably more Nebraska. Yeah.
Okay. And then how many days of the year are you Creighton?
Like when I go to the games,
when you actually put on a gear.
Yeah, when I go to the games, so I'll probably go to 2 or 3 games or something like that a year, and then around the NCAA tournament if Nebraska's not present, which has been the case.
The real question of the day, kind sirs, who is little Connor rooting for? Is little Connor and grown-up Connor rooting for the same team tonight?
I'm not rooting. I have no rooting interest.
See, there you go.
I have no rooting interest.
There's the professional.
That's right.
There he is.
I'm just here. I'm just here.
Yeah, right? Like he actually just said, right?
I just love this game, and I hope both teams have a great time.
That is awful.
Everybody in the bar wants to murder me.
That is just awful. That is just awful. So you put on there's no blue on today.
No. I have a black shirt on.
Okay, well,
here, I'll go on the camera.
Yeah.
Here I am. Black shirt.
Yeah, like
very neutral.
He went neutral.
Yep.
Well, I thought it was a red out, so
I'm not going as a fan. I'm going as a neutral member of the media. And you could say whatever you want about that, but they let me in, so that's nice, I guess.
Well, look, go by my rules, which is whatever's clean is what I'm putting on. That's
right.
I kept it simple today. That's how this is gonna work. How do you think this plays out?
Man, I've actually been thinking about this game a lot. I've gone back and forth probably 8 to 10 times today. I think there's a path to it ending up pretty much whichever way you can imagine. I think there's a lot of reasons why each team could win. I'm dead serious here. This is not me like trying to play both sides. I think what Creighton is going to do really well, even though they haven't been themselves over the first 2 games, they're turning things over. They're handing over the keys to Nemhard, and he's going to be a really good player one day. And what they do when they're in situations like this, they've been in it about 3 or 4 times under Mac when they kind of rebuild and reload and turn things over after losing a huge group. They've done it a few times now. Is they get really good in the half court. He's really good in the half court, and he's pretty surgical. So, and those guys can come in and run stuff and think Purdue, right? At the execution level that they kind of put forth and together and stuff like that. They do that really, really well. What they're not as good at right now in their kind of infancy of where they're at right now is getting up and down the floor and really letting it fly. So I think they're going to be the team tonight, believe it or not. I know Nebraska's been here a lot over the last decade. Creighton's going to be the team to try and slow a little bit tonight. I think if Nebraska can get them into a track meet, that's a win for Nebraska. Nebraska is the better team in transition. Nebraska has more capable shooters. So if they can get to their offense as they haven't really done over the first 2 games of the year, then I think Nebraska can win this. There's a reason why they're a favorite in this game. But it hangs on those 2 point guards, I think. Virgin Nemhard, that's going to be a fun matchup. I'm curious to see what defensive matches they each draw. Where do you put Trey McGowan's? If you're Nebraska, do you put him on O'Connell? Do you put him on Nemhard?
I think he wants O'Connell.
If I'm them, I put him on Nemhard. I think for Creighton, their offense is so head of the snake oriented, like you have to cut it off there. And then if O'Connell goes out and, drops 18 or 20 on you can live with it. But as long as they don't get into what they're doing kind of on offense, I think you have to kind of cut off the head of the snake a little bit. So that's what I would do. I'll be curious to see what they do. Sharif Mitchell is, that's not a talked about name too much. He's the only guy who's really played at all in this game. And he's from Omaha and he's on Creighton's roster. He sounds like he's going to go tonight maybe, but we'll see. He's a big deal. He's kind of an X factor for them. If he's in, he guards Nebraska's best offensive player. So there's a lot of different ways this could go. I'm very, very excited to see how it plays out.
Creighton comes in shooting just over 18% from 3. Nebraska comes in shooting just over 21.
Yeah.
Who shoots threes better tonight?
Well, that's probably the winner. That's probably the winner of the game. I think Nebraska has a better chance to break out of their slump than I just think they have more capable shooters. One thing that Creighton does do is they adjust their personnel well and they'll find ways. But I think Nebraska has more capable shooters. Have they done it over the first 2 games? No. But I think they have more capable shooters. So if they can get it to go at least a decent clip tonight, I think they win.
That's Connor Happer. We're here at Barry's. We're not going anywhere.
Don't leave.
Hurry. Get down here. Old school. Up next from Barry's Haymarket.